All right. Today, let me send it this. Send it. All right, cool. Today I want to talk about holding yourself accountable. Why do people avoid holding themselves accountable? Um, it's something that's big with me. Like it drives me crazy. Something I gotta learn to not deal with, to not be bothered with, I should say, as much because people struggle with it. But I always felt like it's difficult for people to cope with holding themselves accountable. I feel like it would be liberating, to not have to maintain this persona of being correct, knowing you're dead wrong. Like it's some people where you could be discussing something and they know it's wrong. Like they know it's wrong, but yet they know it's wrong, and yet they still will sit there and argue with you to the death of them. You know what I mean? Just so they won't have to be wrong. Because it's I don't know I, I don't know because I don't operate that way. Is it eating them up inside to admit that they wrong? Because I feel like it would be freeing. It would be liberating. You don't have to hold on to this lie because it's a lie. If you know you're arguing with somebody, you know you're wrong. You know they know you're wrong, but yet you still holding on to it. You're in a sense you're lying to them. Um, it could be you lying about your emotions. Maybe you're saying you feel a certain way, um, but you're not really feeling that way, and or you shouldn't be feeling that way. Yes, sometimes you shouldn't be feeling a certain way. If you feel a certain way, and I present facts to you to show you, okay, this is not the truth. You shouldn't. You should no longer be upset. Sometimes people. And let me give you an example. I'll give you like a vague example. Let's say if um, you accuse me of stealing some money, right? And you're mad because you thought I stole your money, and we arguing. I'm trying to tell you, hey, yo, I didn't steal your money, and then somehow, some way, I'm able to prove, you know, I didn't steal your money. Maybe somebody came and said, oh yeah, I took the money that was on the counter. I had to use it for an emergency, but we got into an argument. People who don't hold themselves accountable won't they will want to hold on to their feelings. They won't admit to the fact that they was wrong for accusing you, um, and they will still hold on to those feelings of being upset about the situation, even though the facts is right there. So I know you're wrong. You know that you should be holding yourself accountable right now, but you just can't. Why is that? That's something that really bothers me. Um, but I just want to know, have you ever dealt with anybody like that? Are you that person? If you are that person, comment, below. What is it that makes it so difficult for you to admit that you're wrong and hold yourself accountable for your actions? I mean, it's crazy. Let me see what else. Oh, so I wanted to talk about why you should hold yourself accountable. Some of the reasons. One, I feel like it is freeing, and you're no longer lying. If deep down inside you're wrong and you're not admitting it, you lying. You lying to the person. I don't care how you want to spin it. I don't care if you have a reason behind it because you feel a certain way. None of that shit matters. You're still wrong and you're still lying. Um, you can have personal growth, and you'll be more pleasant to be around. If someone who can hold themselves accountable can be more, they're more pleasant to be around. No one is going to be feeling like I can't talk to this person about certain things, you know uh because they just won't hold themselves accountable. So being holding yourself accountable is good for personal growth. It's good for being around. You also, it's easier for you to hold others accountable when you hold yourself accountable, when you allow other people to hold you accountable. Now if I come to you and say something because I was holding myself accountable in the past, you can't take as much offense to it. Now, there's people out there that still will do it, and they got a lot of things they got to work on. But it still is easier. It's just more pleasant overall. What else? Then you can focus on the solutions. Once you get past, okay, yeah, I was wrong for this or whatever. Now you can focus on the solutions. Y'all can move past it. But you can't move past it if you just continue to deny accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable. You have to um, admit to the wrong and then work on any solutions and seeing how you can move past it. A lot of times when you hold yourself accountable, you can move past a lot of things fairly quickly. The faster you hold yourself accountable, the faster you can move past it. For those who, if you do hold yourself accountable, it's not a simple like, okay, yeah, I did it. You can't have an attitude when you finally hold yourself accountable or anything. You gotta be humble with it. You got to let people feel the genuine humility that you have and that you do want to work past whatever the wrongdoing is. So that's important. What else? What else I got? And lastly, you're a fucking adult. Act like it. That's it. Ain't nothing else to it. You're an adult. Kids don't want to be held accountable. Adults need to hold themselves accountable and not shy away from being held accountable. It really is that simple. If you're not holding yourself accountable, you are childlike, and there's no reason for it. People always want to find that reason, that emotional reason for why they don't want to hold themselves accountable. Who cares? If you did somebody wrong, there's no reason for it. You did them wrong. You gotta eat it. You gotta hold that and say, yo, my bad. But you know, people are like kids, so they act like kids a lot of times. Then they wonder why people talk to them like kids. You want to be talked to like an adult, then you need to act like one. Plain and simple. But that's it. Day 3 going live. Is This is difficult. I got some better lighting, but I still feel like it's a little dark. I don't know what else I could do though. I mean, it's about as bright as I could get it. So if it looks better than the last one, let me know. If not, maybe I could work on the settings and with the camera or something. Anybody out there who knows how to do it, you can let me know. But I'm working on all of that. So, but the biggest thing right now is consistency. Maybe that's a conversation I'll talk about in the near future is, the importance of consistency in everyday life. So I should talk about it now, but I like to be a little bit more prepared. You dig? So to tomorrow, that's what we'll talk about: consistency and why is it so important. Peace.